On today's Motorhead Garage, we'll show you a one-stop shop for your Restomod truck build, the easiest way to go topless in your Jeep, and revolutionary ways to keep your vehicle on the road longer. Plus, an affordable Lazer that can make you look like a pro. Roll out the barrel because the gang's all here. This is Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat, the series where we show off all kinds of great aftermarket gear for your vehicle. And what a vehicle we have here in the studio today. It's a classic Chevrolet C10. And if you're doing any kind of Restomod or classic build, your one-stop shop is going to be Vanatta Fabrication. Now, we could go through your website, Jason, but most of the stuff you have is on this truck. Tell me what you have on the front end.
The front end, we got the BNCO mesh grill insert. We've got the Mod Shop Metalworks roll pan that they modified just for us with the LED taillights, center duct, and then we got the front spoiler there on the bottom of the roll pan.
That's a great looking vehicle. What inspired you to put that spoiler down on the bottom?
The race car look. I really want to just blend a race car with a truck and get that go fast look out of the build.
It's a familiar look from the late 60s. It kind of resembles another famous Chevrolet.
Yeah, it's actually modeled off a 67 Camaro spoiler.
Gotcha, that's why it looks great. Now let's talk about what you've done under the hood now. Even not just for looks on the outside, but we pop the hood and it's a great looking truck underneath. And tell me what kind of parts you've made here.
These are our underhood panels. These are typically aluminum just to keep the weight off the hood so you don't have all that weight on the gas struts. These are our inner fenders, two-piece. This is our core support filler panels and our radiator cover, and you can see here I've welded it all together and welded it to the hood latch.
And that's something that's easy to do because we see the parts raw and that's what they look like when you get them. How easy are those to actually put on the car?
These just drop in place, and this just basically drops in place too. Once you bolt it all together, this seam's pretty tight. Just do a little bit of fitment and you can start tacking this together, then just take it off to finish it out. A lot of our customers leave them separate. A lot of our customers that maybe have a shop building their truck, they'll have them mold all this together. And then we have our 5-piece firewall kit back there. It's bead rolled to match the inner fenders, and we have our coil pack covers.
So what parts do you sell for the motor?
I'm a dealer for several different companies that we get accessories from. These are the Concept 1 accessories here in polished. They also have them in anodized black. I'm a dealer for Texas Speed. We've got the Texas Speed race heads. They provide the fast intake, the bigger cam. We use Texas Speed engine parts in all of our builds. One
thing's kind of wild under there, the master cylinder. Tell me about the brake system.
That's the Willwood dual reservoir master cylinder, and I swapped out the reservoirs for their billet aluminum units. Then we run their big brake kit on all of our builds.
Excellent. The wheels look great. What are those?
Those are the Forge lines. I'm a dealer for several wheel companies, but the Forge lines are just the perfect wheel for the look of this truck.
And here's a nice touch I really like, the logo that you put on the side. Tell me about that.
BNCO, they made the mesh grill for this truck. They also made my emblems. Those are billet aluminum.
Excellent. And you told me this is a pretty popular item, the mirrors on these.
Yeah, we've sold quite a few sets of these. These are 2015 to 2019 Mustang mirrors. We can get them with turn signals or without. And they're cut down and modified to bolt right onto your C10.
Now they look great, and the interior, it will really blow you away when you take a look inside this truck.
We got the TMI seats, door panels, headliner. I handmade the dash to fit in the Dakota Digital gauges because the ones I'm using are universal gauge.
And now the seats are incredible. Tell me what you've got there.
The TMI seats in a gunmetal in red.
They're great looking. How are they to sit in?
Very comfortable.
And the steering wheel?
Billet Specialties.
So what else have you guys provided for the interior?
We've got our kick panels, our dash overlays, our double din panel, the center console, and glove box overlay are all parts that we make.
And when you're doing a Restomod, you want to put the modern conveniences in, hence the backup camera in the center.
Yes, this truck actually has a front camera and back camera to assist with parking.
Save your investment.
For sure.
Another thing that jumps out to me is the glass. I don't see any rubber seals. I don't see any chrome. What have you done?
This is the Fessler flesh mount glass. It eliminates all that. The glass is oversized. It gives you that modern look of what you'd have on a newer vehicle. We use it on our classic builds and our Restomods and our Pro Touring trucks.
And if you're going to lower a truck, you're going to need the monster notches, but you need a way to hide that. You need to bring the bed up higher. So what have you done to make that easier?
Yeah, we typically raise the bed floor about 8 inches to get over any notch or aftermarket chassis. Once we raise the bed floor up, we put in a square tubing structure. Then we start building all these sheet metal panels. We bead roll them for looks.
Now, if you're doing this at home, putting in a new bed, you're gonna need a plasma cutter, some shears, and it's gonna take you forever to put the new bed in, but you guys are making that easier going down the road.
Yes, we're hoping to have within the next year an entire bed kit out pretty similar to this. There'll be some options to it for the customer to choose from.
Excellent. How long will that take to install then once I get it?
We basically turn them into a kit in the shop for ourselves, and I install that in less than a day.
Oh, wow. Making it easy to make your resto mod or your classic truck build look fantastic. Everything you need is at VanattaFabrication.com. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by Topcoat. See you in a minute.
Okay, Motorhead Garage fans, it's time to test your automotive IQ. Frenchman Nicolas Joseph Cugnot invented the first steam-powered road vehicle, a tractor for the French Army. In what year did Cugnot's machine first hit the road? Was it 1805, 1650, 1899, or 1769? Believe it or not, over 250 years ago in 1769. More Motorhead Garage presented by Topcoat right after this. Motorhead Garage presented by Topcoat is brought to you by Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. LG Motorsports, a leader in high-performance Corvette and Camaro performance for the street and track. Vanatta Fabrication, the hot rod innovators. And by Topcoat, the best coatings in the world.
Here on Motorhead Garage, presented by Topcoat, we're always showing you the coolest stuff, and I tell you, nothing is cooler than the AP Lazer. We've seen all kinds of things done on the AP Lazer, and Bradley, how are we able to achieve that variety with this device?
Well, the big thing with AP Lazer is the open architecture. They're the only ones on the market with it, and they're leading the way in showing that what you used to think could be done, no, anything is possible with the AP Lazer.
Explain open architecture to me.
Open architecture is being able to remove that Z-table that on other laser machines are fixed. So we can actually take that out and move whatever we want to underneath it, whether it be on a carriage cart with a monument or what you see here with a huge whiskey barrel, being able just to roll it underneath.
And for us, it just took us like 2 minutes. We removed what was already on there, pulled the Z-table out, barrel went right back in, and we were ready to go.
Yes, it's really quick, easy, and to the point.
Now, you mentioned monuments, and of course we have this giant barrel. We've done a lot bigger stuff than this on the show.
Yes, we actually have done a Trans Am Screaming Chicken hood. And that's probably one of the largest items I've personally done, but I'm sure there's even larger items out there that has been done.
The size difference is amazing, but the thing that really gets me is the variety of materials you can use on the AP Lazer. We've seen the hood, we've seen metal and wood that you've done here. You've also done a watermelon on the show, so the sensitivity can be adjusted and you can do just about anything.
Yes, we can do just about anything from brass, glass, acrylics, stainless tumbler with marking compound as you see here. We can etch for a great contrast as you can see throughout these black pieces, all the way even into trophies.
And when you're doing something new, there's some question about the settings and that sort of thing. So what kind of support do you get from AP Lazer?
So you automatically get a list of base settings that comes with your machine, but you also have access to that 24/7 tech support that's always available for you.
So you can call them in the middle of the night and you're going to get a human being.
Yes, I've been on tech support at 3 a.m. and they were great about it, even though it was something simple and easy that I was just forgetting because it was too late to be working.
So the tech support's great, but there's some other avenues you can pursue if you're looking for help.
Yes, so you start off with a general sheet of basic settings to start from, but hey, let's say you need something a little bit more. You have a user group on Facebook with well over 1,000 members in it who's willing to answer your questions. Because with AP, you're not just buying from a company, you're joining a family, and everybody within that family wants you to succeed.
You're a print shop. How much of your business is AP Lazer and engraving and this sort of thing?
So AP has really helped us take not just print on demand, but laser etching on demand. And we have went from seeing maybe 1/8 of our business being laser etching all the way up to 1/3, and it looks like it's going even further.
With AP Lazer, it's all about personalization. So you're taking something normal and making it special. How important is that to your customers?
That is really important to the customers, just to give them that touch. We can go back to the 30 DeSoto that was really important to the car owner to really show, because his family owned the only DeSoto dealership in the area for the longest period of time, and that was something very special to it.
And we're looking at something here. You have the personalization, but this is also branding, which is a big part of your business.
Yes, so we can look at the diff cover here with Virginia Driveline on it. That way, whenever that car is jacked up, you know where that came from, you know where to send it back to, you know where to go to for that service. And even on these exhaust tips, if we just flip that over, you have a garage logo on there that, hey, what's better than making sure that somewhere inconspicuous they look, they know where to take it for service.
You've been on the Facebook user group. What kind of people are using AP Lazer in their business?
All the way from do-it-yourselfers who are out of their garage, who are building their business, to people who have a storefront, and all the way up to larger scale businesses who are doing close to $500,000 a year at least.
Well, no matter the size of your business or whatever you're doing, you can be a winner. Check out aplazer.com/TV and see what they can do for you. We will be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat right after this.
You're tuned to Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat, so we know you love cars. So do most Americans. In 2018, the United States had a population of around 330 million people. And that same year, Americans owned a reported 270 million motor vehicles. We'll have more ways you can improve your vehicle coming up right after this. Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat, coming to you from Borla Commerce Park.
We've seen here at New Hampshire Oil how you can bring a vehicle in with pre-existing rust, get that rust off and protect it in the future. Now, Joe, what if we're talking a new Jeep Gladiator or some truck like this? You're spending 50 to 75 grand on this thing. You want to protect it right out of the box. How could you guys help me?
So this is a perfect example. I can't think of a vehicle that holds the residual value more than a Jeep. And basically, if you come in and you have a new vehicle, you have the option to use an oil-based rust proofing, but we also have Boss Wax. And this is a one-time standalone application that's applied to everything that's exposed on the undercarriage. It dries black, it's dry to the touch, and it is a permanent application. So we never need to reapply it. However, we do put oil inside the body cavities, and that oil needs to be reapplied every 2 years. So what we do is we ask you come back every 2 years, we'll inspect the wax, touch it up for nothing, okay? Unlimited lifetime warranty on the wax barrier nationwide. You come in for a set fee, we'll inspect it, touch it up, re-oil it, boom, in and out. It's a personal preference. Honestly, they both work at protecting your vehicle, but this one here just is a cleaner look. It doesn't attract dirt and dust.
Is there a magic bullet to rust prevention in a new vehicle?
You can't beat Mother Nature. What we're going to do is we're going to maintain that wax barrier. You're going to come in every 2 years and we're going to babysit that vehicle. We're going to re-oil the body cavities, and we're never going to beat Mother Nature, but we're going to slow her way down.
Well, if you've got a vehicle that has existing rust or a brand new vehicle you want to protect, check them out at NHOilUndercoating.com. Now, with any car, you start hearing noises the more and more you drive it, and that's because the car's wearing out. You get bearings, you get different tolerances increasing anytime the metal on metal friction happens, and you could take it to a mechanic and get some parts replaced, or you might only need Tribotex, which is essentially a mechanic in a tube. Tell me how it works.
It's not a mechanic in a tube, it's billions of mechanics in a tube. So when you travel in the future and tell a futuristic nanobot to swim inside of your engine and apply a little piece of the material to a surface, swim back and do it again, and multiply this process many times, then you make coating. This is exactly what we did. We just make that mechanic one-time use and single application, and put many of them in a tube. So when they coat the surface gets thicker, protected by nanoparticles, and this thickness of the surface compensate that wear that accumulated there for many years.
And these nanoparticles, they're smart. How do they know to go where they need to go?
They only go where friction takes place, and doesn't go anywhere else where there's no friction.
So these nanoparticles jump in there and they fill in the space so there's less play, which of course means less noise, right?
Yes.
And better efficiency?
Yes, less energy loss to friction, more energy to move you down the road.
So Tribotex can bring your damaged engine back to life. It can also protect the new engine that you have and keep it running for a long, long time. You can go to Tribotex.com to see how it can work for you.
Let me give you a scenario that everybody can relate to. You're going down the road, you hit the brake pedal, and bam, you start feeling a pulsation or a shimmy in the steering wheel. Probably resulted from lateral runout. I'll show you how to measure that real quick. Just go ahead and take your wheel off. Ferrari was nice enough to give us these studs, but if your rotor's loose, put some lug nuts on and secure them. I got a dial indicator set up right here, zeroed out, touching the rotor. Just simply go around and spin your rotor around. And what you don't want is any more than 3 thousandths. If you have more than 3 thousandths, well, guess what? That 3 thousandths goes around. That really doesn't cause the pedal pulsation, but it causes disc thickness variation. It's hitting the rotor, bam, bam, bam. When it does that, the pads go in and out, and you start to feel it. Well, you can just take a micrometer. You can go around the rotor in 8 different places at the same difference. You don't want any more than 5 10,000ths. That's less than a thousandths. And what that does, it gives you that pedal feel or that pedal pulsation. It's disc thickness variation. Now, how do you stop that? Well, don't over torque the lug nuts. Make sure that your surfaces are clean between your rotor and your hub, and when you put everything back together, use proper torque specifications, because you don't want to go down the road and feel that pedal pulsation. These 2 measurements along with those tips will help you avoid that.
Well, there's plenty more where that came from, so stay tuned for more Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat right after this.
Henry Ford was known for perfecting the assembly line and making cars more affordable. But what was the first mass-produced car in the United States? You have to go all the way back to 1901 to Olds Motor Works. Ransom Eli Olds rolled out the curved Dash Olds. Only 425 were built, and they cost between $250 and $850. Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat, is brought to you by Stage 8 Fasteners, home of the world's best locking header bolt. Locking kits now available for all turbo applications. Go to stage8.com. Stifler's Chassis and Suspensions, your late model Mustang and F-150 chassis specialists. Borla, the world's most winning exhaust. And by Tribotex, make your engine last longer.
Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat has a sister show. It's called Performance TV, and that's where you find our pal Joe Costello.
If you're a Jeep owner who likes to go topless, you're going to want to pay attention to this. The folks at Top Lift Pros are back with an update to their already amazing product. Barry, tell us a little bit about what you've done.
Well, as we all know, the Jeeps are a lot of fun, and taking the top off makes the Jeep even more fun. What we've done is we've taken the hassle of getting your Jeep hardtop off. We've turned it into a very simple and easy, safe way to do that.
Now, a lot of our viewers already have this product. It's amazing. One person lifts it up. You've made it even more easy. Show us how.
Well, what happens is as we do normally with it, is we push it into position, we prep it, and then we push on the lever like you had mentioned. But now we prep it, position it, and now it's just a matter of pushing the button.
Look at that, one touch, simple, easy. You can do it by yourself, and so you want to go outside with your Jeep topless, it's going to be a lot easier to do it. I can imagine a lot of people who have Jeeps really love this product because it just opens up their options.
Oh, absolutely. One of my favorite compliments that we get from people all the time is this is the best money that they spent on their Jeep, and that makes it worthwhile. See people that take this and use it like that.
So from top on to top off, how long are we talking?
Less than 2 minutes.
See, and to me, that makes every reason you bought the Jeep come to the forefront. You can do it quickly, you can get out there, and it seems like you'd be able to store it pretty easily as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Once you take the hardtop off the Jeep, it just stays there. So it comes off in seconds, it stores safely, instantly, and then you just position this in the garage, and it saves space. It takes up very little room in the garage.
And it looks very sturdy also, so rolling around with the top on the Top Lift Pro seems like it would be pretty simple.
Oh, it is. It's extremely simple. We've designed this with 4 independent casters, so it rolls and it's very easy to maneuver, whether you're on like a concrete floor or on pavers or unimproved surfaces. It works wonderfully.
And for people who already have the previous version, you guys are selling this as an add-on, correct? So if they're at home, they see this and go, "Oh my goodness, I love that."
Yeah,
they can add it on.
Absolutely. This is brand new. We just came out, and it's a power assist motor, so that that way you can just, as you can see, just push a button and does all the work for you.
No need to go through a lot of work, heavy lifting. Literally, just one button, it comes up, you roll it back, you're in the Jeep, you're on the road. To me, that is the ultimate top lift pros. You guys have got a good thing going on, but I got to see it in action, so let's kick it on over to Kathy.
You know, Joe, with the Top Lift Pro, it's such a cool product, but it's even better to see it in action. I've had an opportunity to use this when you guys first came out with it, and it was super simple just to pop it up using body weight. But now you've got this button, Fred.
Right.
One finger is really, really cool.
Right. So essentially, we've adapted an actuator that just helps remove the top with the touch of a finger. And it's all battery operated, self-contained, and we've also adapted a trickle charger on there to keep your battery charged at all times. And then when you want to take your top off, it's a topless in 2 minutes or less.
2 minutes or less. And is there any particular way that we need to roll this in? I mean, obviously you've done this quite a few times. Do we need to be careful of how we locate this?
So it just goes in center and towards the back, and that's it. And so on a two-door, you really don't need to use your support rails, but we always encourage that for safety reasons. And on a four-door, we have an extension rail for it.
All right, so some of us aren't lucky enough to have a whole lot of, room in our garages or whatever. What about storage with this unit?
Absolutely phenomenal. So this is the best device on the market, hands down. Storage-wise, you're not going to lose any room in your garage. You can park your Jeep in the garage anywhere you want and put this right in front of it. You can touch your front bumper right to the back legs, and boom, it stores right over the hood of your Jeep. No loss of space.
That's right. So that way we're not hanging this from the rafters or whatever. We can use this outside if we need to.
Extremely efficient.
Yes, with one person being able to do it with one finger, we can have the top off in minutes because we bought these Jeeps to get out and enjoy them.
Yes, and that's what many of our customers say. It's the best money they've ever spent on their Jeep, period.
Wow, to be able to do this. And of course, if you can buy the unit the way it is here, or if you want to retrofit one you may already have, you can check out their website for more at topliftpros.com.
And that is going to do it for another episode of Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat. If you miss us until next week, be sure to check us out on our Facebook page. And if you have something you want to see featured on our show, be sure to email Jeff at masterstv.com. For our entire crew here at Motorhead Garage, we will see you next week, same time, same sandbox.